you come into a seated position. And sitting up tall, sitting in a way that is comfortable for you to sit. Align the back of your skull with your sacrum. And let your arms come to rest onto your thighs. As you ground down into your sit bones, feel as if you're gliding your thighs forward and feel for opening in the tops of the hips and hip flexors. Activate feet and spread the toes. Spread the balls of your feet. Let your arms come to rest onto your thighs. And then lift your belly, lift diaphragm, lift chest. And feel the sensations today of pressing down into your sit bones and feel as if you're drawing energy up from the earth, moving this through your body. So we'll be doing a number of standing poses today. And I want you to feel that sense of that strength, the strength and confidence that you gain when you're really pressing your feet to the floor and then drawing this energy up. So really want to feel your feet today, making that as part of your intent. So pressing your sit bones to the floor and then breathing. Feel the lengthening of the spine as you lengthen up. And as you breathe out, relax your forehead. On the next breath, as you breathe in, expand your ribs. Feel your ribs as they open out wide as you can. And as you breathe out, relax your jaw. Relax your belly and then breathe in. As you breathe in, move your belly backwards away from your pelvic bone. And as you breathe out, relax your neck. On the next breath, as you breathe, lift your diaphragm and then lift your chest. Keeping your chest lifted, you're lifting your collarbones all on the same breath. Keeping chest lifted, as you breathe out, let your shoulders be soft away from your ears. On the next breath, breathe into the back of your heart and feel for energizing your heart with this breath. And as you breathe out, feeling for that release as you let go. Bring the soles of your feet together. Flex the toes back towards your shins. And then press your little toes together, the ball of your foot together, so your foot is pressing together and your knees are easing out towards the side. Bring your hands back behind you so that you're on your fingertips and feel for pushing the floor away. So you're lifting sternum as you push the floor away. Feel also that you're lengthening your lower ribs up away from your sacrum. Pranayama today is inhale for as long as you can. Then hold the breath, hold for 10. When you exhale, you're bringing your hands forward and exhaling through the mouth, belly pulls back, spreading the ribs wide. Hands back behind. Activate feet, spread the toes. Now breathe in as deep as you can. Really breathing until you can't, and then hold the breath. Spine is long, chest is lifted, and feet are active. Bring your hands forward of your shins and exhale through your mouth. Exhaling completely. Chin is tucking into chest. Pull your belly in. Pull it in, pull it up. feel as you're expanding the ribs, you'll feel for lengthening the spine. Both of these are happening. Your shoulders are relaxing away from your ears. And release, pushing the floor away, breathe in as you come on back up. Hands back behind, sit tall, and then breathe in. Take the breath as deep as you can. You're using this breath to open up the side ribs. Hold the breath, keep the chest lifted, keeping the spine long. Bring your hands forward and exhale through your mouth. Exhale completely, chin tucks in, pull your belly in. Pull it in, pull it up. Feel you're spreading your ribs. Spread your diaphragm. Keeping the spine long, but softening the shoulders down. Inhale, release. Bring the hands back behind. Last one in this. Take the breath as deep as you can. Really fill up right down from your pelvic bone right up to the skull bones. When you can't breathe anymore, breathe in again. Now hold the breath. Keep lengthening the spine. Chest is lifted, lower ribs are lengthening away from sacrum, but your shoulders are softening away from your ears. Hands forward. And strong exhale through your mouth. Exhale completely. Chin tucks in. Pull your belly in. Pull it in, pull it up. Spread your ribs, spread the diaphragm. Feet still active. And inhale, release. Pushing the floor away, breathe in as you come all the way back up. Your next pose is half lotus. Bring your left foot on top of your right thigh by your hip crease. Bring your left hand around the back and tuck it onto the floor or into your waistband. If you can, you bring it around to take hold of your left foot. As you breathe in, bring your right arm across your left thigh. And as you breathe out, you're spiraling around towards the left. Running down into your sit bones. As you breathe, you're lifting, lengthening your ribs up away from waist. And as you breathe out, belly pulls in as you're spiraling towards the left. On the next breath, as you breathe in, lift your chest. Feel as if you're moving chest to chin. And as you breathe out, you're spiraling towards the left. Then inhale, release. Shoelace pose with your left foot over your right. Use your right foot forward slightly and then have your left foot over your right thigh. You can make this pose a little bit easier by placing the foot onto the calf, or the foot onto the floor, or onto a block. So any of those will help to take it away from the knees. You want to feel this into your hip. Bring your right hand by your right hip and then reach the hand about 15 inches away from that hip. Press down into your left sit bone and breathe in, lengthen out of your left side. And as you breathe out, you're bringing your arm down against your foot. Left arm is pressing against your left foot. Left foot presses against the arm. As you breathe in, lengthen your left side ribs away from left hip. And as you breathe out, you're folding towards your left foot. Deep breath, keep moving belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, your chest is moving to left foot. On the next breath, as you breathe, feel as if you're easing your left thigh forward away from left hip. And as you breathe out, allowing your body to fold, you're coming as close towards that left foot as you can. Then inhale, release, pushing the floor away, breathe in as you come all the way back up. And then change. Half lotus with your right foot over your left thigh. Bringing your foot as close towards your hip as you can. Right arm, it reaches around the back. It's either on the floor, pushing the floor away, lengthening up. Or if you can go further, bringing your hands around, taking hold of your into waistband. Some of you will be able to take hold of your foot. And as breathe in, stretching your left arm is up. And as you breathe out, your left arm comes across against your right thigh. Feeling this right from your pelvic bowl. Breathe in, lifting your belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, you're spiraling towards the right. And feel this right down from your coccyx. And then breathe in, lengthening up. You're lengthening ribs up away from sacrum. Lengthen your midribs away from lower ribs and your upper ribs away from midribs. Keeping the spine long. Exhale as you spiral into the right. On the next breath, lift your chest as if you're moving your chest up towards your chin. And with ease, exhale, spiraling towards the right. Inhale, release. Half shoelace pose with your right foot over your left thigh. Again, you can make that adjustment so you're feeling this into hips rather than knees. Twisting shoelace towards your right foot. Left hand by hip, reach the hand away. Pressing down into right sit bones. Breathe in, stretching your right arm is up. And as you breathe out, the right arm is coming down. Your right foot is now pressing against your right arm. The foot is pressing against your forearm or tricep, not your elbow. Press your right sit bone back to floor, and then breathe in, lifting, lengthening your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, you're folding towards your right foot. As you breathe, keep moving belly up away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, you're folding towards the foot. One more breath. You're lengthening your lower ribs up away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, as you fold towards your right foot, feel as if you're easing right thigh out, opening that hip. Inhale, release. Then ease on out of this. Side bend, seated side bend with one leg straight. So straighten your left leg reaches straight forward. And you're tucking your right foot in. The right heel is by the groin. If you're going further today, then your right foot is moving back towards your right sit bone. And you're moving your knees away from each other. If you've taken your foot back, the heels back, then reach your right hand back, take hold of the ankle. Otherwise, the hand is back, fingertips are to the floor. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. Feel for opening through the left side of your body. And as you breathe out, bringing your left arm down on the inside of your left leg. Relax your left ear with left shoulder. As you breathe in, lift and lengthen belly away from pelvis. As you breathe out, glide your right shoulder down away from your ear. If you're not holding your right ankle with your right hand, lift your right arm up and reach it back, 12 inches from the floor. And then breathe in, lengthen out of your left side. And as you breathe out, soften your right shoulder away from your ear. Deep breath, lift your sternum. Feel as if you're moving chest to chin. And as you breathe out, gliding that right shoulder back and down. On the next breath, breathe in and bring your right arm all the way around the back and tuck it onto your left thigh by your hip. And as you breathe out, relax your left shoulder down away from left hip. Breathe into the right side of your neck. Deep breath. And as you breathe out, relax your jaw. As you breathe, feel as if you're moving your lower ribs away from your left thigh. And as you breathe out, glide your right side ribs away from your right hip. So you're easing them back. On the next breath, release your right arm and reach your right arm straight up. And as you breathe out, reaching your right arm straight forward over your right hip. Feeling this right from your pelvic bowl. And as you breathe in, moving your belly backwards as you lift it up away from pelvic bowl. And as you breathe out, belly pulls in as you reach your right arm forward over right ear. Deep breath, feel for lengthening. Feel as if you're pushing the floor away with your left arm as you lengthen out of your left side. And as you breathe out, wrapping your right shoulder as you reach your right arm forward over right ear. As you breathe in, expand your ribs out as wide as you can. And as you breathe out, fold forward, bringing the hands down either side of your front foot. Feet are still active. Now breathe in and lift your belly up away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, you're folding forward. Shoulders are soft down away from your ear. Breathe into lower back, lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum. As you fold forward, feel as if you're moving your belly away from the top of your left thigh. One more breath here, deep breath. And exhale, release. Pushing the floor away, breathe in as you come all the way up. Change the cross of your legs. Straighten your right leg so your right foot reaches straight forward. Reach out with the toes, spreading the toes of all of them. Tuck in your left foot in so the heel is by the groin. If you're going further today, then bring your left foot back so that the left heel is by your left, by the glute. If you've taken your foot back, reach your left hand back, take hold of the ankle. Otherwise, reach your hand back, fingertips. As you breathe in, stretch out of your right side by reaching your right arm is up. And as you breathe out, bringing your right arm down on the inside of right leg. Relax your right ear with right shoulder. You're not holding your ankle with your left hand. Lift your left arm back, reach it back 12 inches from the floor. And then breathe in and lifting, lengthening out of your right side. And as you breathe out, glide your left shoulder away from your ear. Deep breath, lift your belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, relax your jaw. Breathe into lower back. Feel you're lengthening your lower ribs up away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, glide your left shoulder, slide it down and back. On the next breath, as you breathe in, glide your left arm all the way around the back and tucking it onto your right thigh or into your waistband. And as you breathe out, your right ear relaxes towards the right shoulder. Without moving your neck, as you breathe, feel as if you're lengthening your right ear away from your right shoulder. So you're not lifting up, it's an energetic movement. Right ear moves away from right shoulder. And as you breathe out, glide your left shoulder down, both shoulders away from your ear. As you breathe in, energetically moving your chest upwards and towards your chin. And as you breathe out, neck is relaxed. On the next breath, release your left arm, stretch your left arm right up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, wrap in your left shoulder as you reach your left arm forward over left ear. Deep breath, expand your ribs. And as you breathe out, feel for that lengthening as you reach your left arm forward. From your pelvic bowl, breathe in, lifting, moving belly backwards away from pelvic. moving it back away from your pelvic bone. And as you breathe out, folding forward, hands down either side of your front foot. Now breathe in and lengthen your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, allowing your body to melt forward. Breathing into the back of your heart, deep breath, feel, but energizing your heart with this breath. And as you breathe out, as your belly pulls in, you're folding forward. Feel as if you're moving your belly away from the top of your right thigh. Your feet, they're still active. Now release, pushing the floor away, breathe in as you come all the way on up. You're coming into your abdominal sequence now, starting with elbow to knee. So doing elbow to knee and sit bones squeeze today as this first stage. So lie down on your back. Place your hands behind your head and neck and lift your feet up off the floor. The knees are bent, the heels are below the knees, and the toes are flexed towards your shins. Your back is tricky and you want to do this pose with feet to the floor, then feet are onto the floor. Otherwise, feet are on. Inhale, lift your head and shoulder blades up away from the floor. Hold the breath. As you exhale, curl tailbone up, reaching elbows to your left knee, straighten your right leg. So your right leg is reaching out about 45 degrees angle. Relax your right hip. And then ease your right thigh forward away from the waist, keeping chest lifted. Pull belly in. As you inhale, bring your head back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath. As you exhale, curl tailbone up, both elbows to left knee. Straighten your right leg. Keep the bent knee over the hips, don't move it towards the chest. Now send your left leg forward away from the waist. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath, and press your lower back down to the floor. As you exhale, curl tailbone up. Reach both elbows to left knee. Straighten your right leg. Reach your left elbow up so the shoulder blades are off the floor. Now relax your right hip and then reach your right thigh forward away from waist. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath. Press your lower back down to floor. Exhale, curl tailbone up, both elbows to right knee. Now you're reaching your left leg forward. Feel that you're moving that leg right from your sit bones as you stretch your leg forward. Pull belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath. Press lower back down to floor. Exhale, curl tailbone up, both elbows to right knee. You're reaching your left leg forward. Spread the toes. Relax your right hip. Send your right thigh forward away from waist. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath. Press lower back down to floor. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Both elbows to right knee. Reach your left leg forward. Spread the toes and reach out with the ball of your foot. Relax your left hip. Send your left thigh forward, pull belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath, press your lower back to the floor. Working with sit bone squeeze. As you exhale, curl tailbone up, reach your elbows to your left knee. Straighten your right leg. Take your hand and place it onto your right sit bone. Now as you curl tailbone up, slide your right sit bone towards your tailbone, stretch your right leg forward, reach your elbows up, pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath, place your hands behind your head. Your lower back is pressing down to the floor. As you exhale, curl tailbone up, both elbows to your right knee, straighten left hand. Left hand is onto the left sit bone. Now send your left thigh forward, squeeze your left sit bones to tailbone, stretch your leg forward as you reach your right elbow up, Pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath, press your lower back down. Keep the shoulder blades up. As you exhale, curl tailbone up. Both elbows to your left knee, straighten right leg. Your right hand, first two fingers, you're squeezing your right sit bones to tailbone. Relax your right hip, send your right thigh forward. Reach your left elbow up. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold, press lower back down to floor. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Your elbows into right knee, straight to left leg. Place your left hand onto left sit bone. And then squeeze your left sit bone to tailbone. Stretch your left leg forward. Reach your right elbow up. Pull lower belly in. Keep sending that leg forward. Inhale, come back to center. Bend the knees, hold the breath, and your lower back presses to floor. And exhale, release. Lower your head and shoulders down to floor and place the soles of your feet down onto the floor. Can bring the soles of your feet together so the knees are out to side, allowing your body just to let go from this pose. And taking a couple of breaths into where you're feeling this most. Deep breaths. Exhale, just letting go. Your next pose today is frog lifting through. So in your frog lifting through, if you have a wall that is close by, practice frog lifting through with your feet up against the wall. I just really want you to feel this opening into hips. If you're doing frog lifting through and you have a wall, you're coming quite really close towards the wall. You're in effect working in this way. Your feet are up against the wall. Your knees are coming straight out towards the side. So you don't want it to be too far away. You're pressing your feet up against the wall. And then you'll feel your knees opening out towards the side. Your heels and your knees are aligned and the toes are flexed back towards your shins. You don't have a wall to work with, then just work with your feet up in the same alignment. Toes are flexed back. Hands are clasped behind your head and neck. From here, press your lower back to floor. And as you breathe in, lift your head and shoulder blades up away from the floor. Hold the breath. As you exhale, curl tailbone up and then send. You're reaching your thighs away from you. Flex the toes back towards the shins. Feel as if you're reaching your heels. Your sit bones are lengthening away from you. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, lower pelvis, but keep head and shoulder blades up. Hold the breath. You exhale, curl tailbone up. Now send your thighs, knees out towards the side. Pull lower belly in. Reach your sit bones away from you and pull belly in. Inhale, lower pelvis. This time lift your head, lift your chest and reach your elbows up. You exhale, curl tailbone up. Curl pubic bone to navel. Now send your thighs out towards the side. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, lower pelvis and lower your head about an inch. Hold the breath. As you exhale, curl tailbone up. Send your thighs out towards the side. Reach your sit bones away from you. As you flex your toes to shins, pull lower belly in. Now press your lower back to floor. Inhale, lower pelvis, but lift your head, lift your chest, reaching your elbows up. Shoulder blades are off the floor. Now exhale, curl tailbone up and send your legs out towards the side. Flex the toes to shins, pull in. Feel this lengthening through the side ribs as your belly pulls in. Inhale, release. Lower your head and shoulders to the floor. Use your hands at the side of your thighs and knees and draw your legs together. And then if you're beyond the mat, grab hold of your roll for abs, for not abs with the roll, grab hold of your roll for bridge with the roll. So your roll is placed between your thighs and you're lying down on your back. And roll is between your thighs. Midway between your pelvic bone and your knees. Reach down with your fingertips, brush your heels, line up your heels with sit bones or heels a hip distance apart. Then relax your arms down by your side, relaxing the shoulders down, away from your feet. Take a deep breath into your lower back, lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum, belly away from pelvis. Press your feet to floor, and as you exhale, tilt pelvis, lifting pelvis up away from the floor. Gentle squeeze on the roll, you're activating your legs. Now breathe in deeply and expand your ribs out wide to armpits. And as you breathe out, feel for pushing the floor away as you lift up. On the next breath, as you breathe, you're lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, lift up, push the floor away as you lift. Press your feet down to floor and then breathe in. Lengthen your ankles away from heels. Feel the energy drawn from the floor and moving this through your body. And as you breathe out, send your sit bones towards your calves. Deep breath, breathe into your lower back, lengthen your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, pelvis tilts as you lift. Inhale. Exhale, tilt pelvis lower, upper back to floor. Tilt pelvis lower, mid back to floor. And tilt pelvis as you lower all the way down to the floor. Move your roll out of your way, roll to your, actually stay where you are, do another abdominal pose. So this time you'll do twisted roots. You cross your left leg over your right, and if you can, cross your left ankle under your right calf. That's your hands behind your head and neck. You can do this pose with feet down onto the floor and lift the feet up off the floor. If you're close enough to the wall, you can place your right foot up against the wall. This just helps to isolate your back down to the floor. From here, twisted root. Inhale, lift your head and shoulder blades up away from the floor. Hold the breath. As you exhale, curl tailbone up and reach your thighs, knees straight up. Now squeeze your thighs and squeeze sit bone to tailbone. Pull lower belly in. As your belly pulls in, press your lower back to floor. Feet are active. Inhale, lower the pelvis, but keep head and shoulder blades up. Hold the breath. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Send your thighs, knees straight up. Lift your chest, reach your elbows up. Pull belly in. Inhale, release. Lower your head and shoulders to the floor. Release your hands. Clasp your hands on the midpoint of your left thigh. Keeping your head and shoulders to the floor. Take a deep breath into lower back, spreading the ribs to the floor. And as you breathe out, as you curl tailbone up, press your hands against your thighs, thighs against the hands. Pull lower belly in. Relax pelvis and breathe into lower back. And as you breathe out, curl tailbone up, press hands against the thighs, thighs against hands, squeeze thighs, pull lower belly in. Inhale, release. Unwind the cross of your legs and change the cross of your legs. Right is over left. You can make the second cross, right ankle on the left calf, then do so. That's your hands behind your head and neck. And look at your hands, change the clasp of your hands. Then hands behind your head and neck. Press your lower back to floor. Inhale, lift your head and shoulder blades up away from floor. Hold the breath. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Reach your thighs and knees straight up. Squeeze thighs. Squeeze sit bone. Pull lower belly in. Relax pelvis. And breathe in, lifting head, lift your chest, reach your elbows up. And as you exhale, curl tailbone up. Send your thighs, knees straight up. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze sit bone to tailbone. Pull lower belly in. Inhale, release. Lower your head and shoulders to the floor. Release your hands, clasp your hands on the midpoint of your right thigh. Keeping head, shoulders to the floor. Take a deep breath into lower back. And as you breathe out, as you curl tailbone up, press your hands against the thighs. Feel as if you're moving your right thigh away from your hip. Your lower back is lengthening away from sacrum. Pull lower belly in. Feet still active. Relax pelvis. And breathe into lower back. And as you breathe out, curl tailbone up, press hands against thighs, thighs against the hands. Feel you're moving belly away from pelvis as you press your lower back to the floor. Inhale, release. Unwind the cross of your legs. Roll to your right side. Keep the neck relaxed. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push the floor away as you come on up. Come onto your, come onto knees. So your next pose today is turbo dog. Your turbo dog, your hands are reaching forward, the fingers are spreading, your elbows are reaching towards the floor. Start off today with doing turbo puppy, and then from turbo puppy to turbo dog. If your hands are, your elbows are to the floor, you lift your elbows up so they're about 1 inch away from the floor. You relax your neck and shoulders. Now from here, take a deep breath into upper back. Feel your back ribs are spreading. You feel your latissimus muscles are opening wide towards your armpits. And as you breathe out, push back. Feel as if you're pushing the floor away. Send your sit bones back towards your heels. Now breathe in deeply, spreading the ribs, spreading the upper back. And as you exhale, squeeze your elbows in as if you're closing your armpits. You'll feel this into triceps. You'll feel your latissimus muscles are really engaging here. Now breathe in again, deep breath, spreading your ribs. Spread the upper back as much as you can. If you're going further, curl the toes under. And as you breathe out, lift your knees off the floor. Keep the elbows bent. Your forearms off the floor, but your elbows are reaching towards the floor. Keeping the knees bent for this. And as you breathe in, feel as if you're pushing the floor away, lengthening your top ribs away from shoulders. And as you breathe out, squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Keep pushing the floor away. If you're going further on the next breath, as you breathe in, spread the ribs. You can walk your feet in slightly. And as you breathe out, straighten the legs, squeeze your elbows in. Your elbows, your forearms and elbows about 1, maybe 3 inches away from the floor. Deep breath, spread your ribs out towards your armpits. Now exhale, wrap the shoulders, squeeze your elbows in. Keep pushing the floor away. Inhale, release. Bend the knees and come all the way down to the floor. And take a breath. Take a breath in embryo. Now from here, ease your hands under the shoulders Push the floor away and then come onto knees for bird wing. Bird wing, you're sitting down onto your heels. If that's difficult, then pad your knees or sit up so you're not sitting onto your heels. Bird wing, you're tucking your elbows into the side. When you breathe in, you bring your hands together. When you breathe out, lift your chest and then open up. Keep tucking your elbows in. You start squeezing shoulder blades together. As you breathe in, you're bringing your hands together. Exhale, chest lifts and then open up. Squeeze the shoulders, blades, glide the shoulders down. Breathe in. Now exhale, lift up, lift the chest and then open up. Feel that opening right across your chest. One more, breathe in. And as you exhale, open up. Squeeze your shoulder blades down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Shoulders, chest is lifted. And then release. Place your hands to the floor. And then come to stand. So standing in, so you'll be standing here on your mat in this way. Your knees are bent and you're standing in horse stance. So I'll do it this way on so you can see. You're standing in horse stance, your feet are about 2.5 feet away from you. Shoulder, unlocking the shoulders is your next move. Lift your left arm up and reach it forward. So your elbow and your elbows aligned with the shoulder. Place your right thumb into your left armpit and your fingers are onto your scapula. Your elbows reaching forward. Breathe into the upper part of your left side of your upper back. And as you breathe out, as you glide the shoulders down, you're reaching your left elbow, elbows forward, the shoulders are down. Place your right hand onto your onto your left bicep. Only do this if you've not dislocated your shoulder. In this pose, you'll feel as if you're lifting your bicep up, gliding your bicep forward. So that's where you're going with it. So breathe into the left side of your upper back. And as you breathe out, raise your bicep and glide your bicep all the way forward until you reach your elbow. Once you reach your elbow, you're placing your right hand onto your elbow and forearm. Breathe into upper back. Feel for spreading the upper back. And as you breathe out, you glide your left shoulder down, but you're reaching the elbow forward. Hands presses onto the elbow. Keep gliding the shoulders down. Keep reaching that elbow forward. And then release. Work the other side. Your right arm is lifting up. The elbow is aligned with the shoulder. Your left thumb is tucked on into your armpit and your fingers onto scapula. Stay in the pose, your knees are bent. Take a deep breath into the right side of upper back. And as you breathe out, glide your shoulders down, reach your right elbow forward, spreading the fingers. Place your left hand onto your right bicep. You'll be raising the bicep up, gliding it forward. Only do this if you've not dislocated your shoulder. So breathe into the right side of upper back. Now raise your bicep, and as you exhale, you're gliding your bicep forward. Your shoulders are down and keep reaching that bicep forward. Once you reach your elbow, tuck your hand onto elbow and forearm. Breathe into the right side of upper back. And as you breathe out, as you glide the shoulders down, you're reaching the arm forward. You're pressing your left arm onto right elbow presses onto the hand. Shoulders are down. And then release. Releasing both hands, lift your elbows up, you're reaching your elbows forward. Elbows are aligned with shoulders and the fingers are spread. Take a deep breath into upper back. Hold the breath. And as you exhale, as you glide the shoulders down, lift your elbows up, reach your elbows forward. Now squeeze your elbows in as if you're squeezing this great big beach ball between your forearms. And then breathe in. Breathe into upper back, spreading upper back. And as you breathe out, reaching your elbows forward. Lift your elbows. Elbows are higher than heart. Now squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Glide the shoulders down. Glide the shoulders down and back. Relax your upper back and breathe into upper back. And as you breathe out, reach your elbows forward, keeping the chest lifted. Shoulders are down. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. One more deep breath. And exhale, wrapping the shoulders as you reach your elbows forward. Squeeze your elbows in. Keep chest lifted. And then release. And ease on out. Okay, so your shoulders are really opening up from that pose. So coming into your next pose today would be dolphin. So that one is shoulder opening, one of those poses where these muscles down here, your serratus muscles, the muscles you're looking to open in that pose. So when you're from here, that's the pose you've just done. If you turn your hands, flatten the hand from there to there, that is your dolphin pose. You're working these same muscles in exactly the same way. So if you move to the wall, if you have a wall, move to the wall. And then you're doing dolphin against the wall. So if I'm here, elbow and shoulders are aligned. Here. I'm bringing my elbows down slightly. I'm stepping back, so I'm one forearm distance away from the wall. So I breathe in, I'm lifting up. And as I breathe out, I'm reaching my sit bones back. I'm pushing my forearms against the wall. And the key thing is wrapping the shoulders in, tucking the elbow in. So breathe in, lifting up. And as you breathe out, you're squeezing, you're pushing, feel as if you're pushing the wall away. So you really get this contraction down into your side muscles. Deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, push the floor away. Send your sit bones back. So Barbara and Paula, feel as if you're pushing the wall away. So reach back, reach your sit bones back away from the wall. And then squeeze in. Yeah. Last one in here, deep breath. And then feel you're using your forearms, push the floor away and squeeze like you're squeezing your elbows in towards each other. Good. And then release. And then come down onto the floor for dolphin on the floor. So one of the things that I said in terms of what I put out on the WhatsApp link is that if you had a block like this, when you're coming into this pose, your elbows want to do that. The block helps you to start tucking your elbows in. So you'll really be squeezing your forearms onto the block in this way, which is pretty much what you was doing against the wall. So in this pose here, you're measuring up, your arms are coming down. The block is onto the floor, and you're squeezing your forearms onto the block. So your pose here, as you breathe in, you lift, you spread the back, your toes down over them. As you exhale, you lift your knees off the floor. You're pressing your forearms down, but you're squeezing onto the block. Keep feeling as if your fingertips are reaching forward away from you. You breathe in, you're spreading the ribs, you spread the upper back. And as you breathe out, lengthen through the spine. Squeeze onto the block. And it just helps to keep the elbows tucked in. So that's one of those poses that you will do. The other is where you often get, sometimes you'll tie a strap around your triceps. around your triceps, biceps in that way, and it just keeps your elbows tucked in. So your pose here, inhale, lifting, spreading the back toes going under. And as you breathe out, you're pushing the floor away as you lift up. Your elbows are tucking in, and you're moving your chest and thighs back. So you're experimenting with those, using the strap to help keeping your elbows tucked in on this one. Okay. So you can use any of those variations. We're coming into dolphin. We'll stay in dolphin for about 5 breaths. If 3 breaths is your 5 today, then come out of dolphin and then come into bird wing, or do dolphin against the wall, or one of the variations that we've tried. So the pose we're doing is dolphin. If you want to go further, do dolphin, one leg up, 3 to 5 breaths on one side, foot comes down, the other foot goes up, 3 to 5 breaths on the other side. Let's come into dolphin. Measure up, hands onto your biceps, elbows into the floor. Reaching your hands forward, spreading the fingers. You can use a block. If at any point you want to come out and come into bird wing or use the wall, then doing so. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, and relax your upper back. Now breathe into upper back, lifting. Okay, there's one more I should show you. Just remember. So you could also do dolphin prelude. So in dolphin prelude, you're doing this. You're measuring up in exactly the same way. Your hands are coming down to the floor, and you reach your hands forward, and if you clasp your hands in this way. In dolphin prelude, you take a deep breath, spreading your back. And as you breathe out, you reach your sit bones up, and you reach your hands up like towards your forehead. You're then reaching your elbows forward while squeezing your triceps in. You will feel this opening into upper back, and you'll feel your serratus muscles are engaging. So if you want to come down and come into that pose, then that's another pose. It's opening up all of this area and opening the back and shoulders. Coming into dolphin, measure up and then reach your hands forward, spreading the fingers. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your upper back. Breathe into upper back, lift, spread back, curl toes under. Exhale, lift your knees off the floor and lengthen through the spine. Now make the emphasis by the one of pushing the floor away from you. As you begin spreading your ribs out as wide as you can. And as you breathe out, push back, push the floor away. Feel as if your arms are reaching forward, but your chest is moving backwards towards your thighs and knees. On the next breath, as you breathe in, feel as if you're sending your top ribs away from your shoulders. And as you breathe out, send your sit bones up and reach it back. Now relax your throat. And then breathe into the front of your heart. Deep breath. And as you breathe out, reach it back. Chest is moving back towards your thighs and knees. You're wanting to work with one leg up, anchor into your right leg, breathe in. Lift your left leg up. And as you breathe out, reach it back. Breathe into your left hip. Feel for easing left thigh away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, reaching that left leg back away from you. On the next breath, as you breathe in, stretch your left leg back. And as you breathe out, lower your left foot to the floor. Anchor into left leg, breathe in, lift your right leg up. And as you breathe out, reach it back. Keep pressing your forearms to the floor and keep engaging your side muscles, your serratus muscles. Breathing into right hip, sending your right thigh back. And as you breathe out, reach it back a little bit. On the next breath, lengthen your right leg away from you. And as you breathe out, lower the right foot to the floor. Breathing deeply, spreading the ribs, spreading the upper back. Exhale, release. Bend the knees and come on down. And then come to stand. Stand at the front of your mat. Your back is tweaky, then bring your feet a little bit wider on your mat. Otherwise, bring your feet together. Press your feet to the floor. Exhale, hands together at your chest. Feet presses to the floor. Inhale, arms up. Telescoping ribs as you stretch your arms to sky. Exhale, fold forward, bellies in. Hands to the floor. Lunge, breathe in. Step in your left leg back. Bend your left knee, place your left knee to the floor. Push the floor away as you're reaching your arms up towards the sky. Let your shoulders be soft away from your ears. And as you breathe out, hands down and step your right leg back for plank. Reach back into heels. And as you breathe out, bend the knees and lower down, keeping the elbows tucked in. Hands forward, low cobra, inhale. Move chest and ribs forward whilst lengthening your legs back. And as you breathe out, keep drawing chest and ribs forward as you come down. Readjust the hands under the shoulders. Breathe into lower back, curl toes under. And as you breathe out, press it back for downward facing dog. Feel that lengthening through the spine as you reach back. Lunge, inhale, step in, your left foot forward between the hands. Place your right knee to the floor. Push the floor away as you're reaching your arms out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down, step in, your right foot forward for forward bend. Inhale, stand, lengthening through the spine as you reach your arms towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands together at chest. Inhale, arms up, telescoping ribs. Exhale, fold forward, bellies in. Lunge, breathe in, step in, your right leg back. Bend your right knee, and you're reaching your arms out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down, step your left leg back for plank. And reach back into heels. And as you breathe out, bend the knees, lower down, keeping the elbows in. Hands forward, low cobra. Breathe in, moving chest and ribs forward, lengthening your legs back. And exhale, release. Lower down, hands over the shoulders, breathe in. And exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Lengthen through the spine as you're pushing the floor away. Lunge, breathe in, step in, your right foot forward between the hands. Left knee to the floor. Push the floor away as you're reaching your arms up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down and step your left foot forward, forward bend. Inhale, stand, lengthening through the spine as you reach your arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, hands together at chest. Inhale, arms up, telescoping ribs. Exhale, fold forward, bellies in. Lunge, breathe in, step left leg back. Bend your left knee, place your left knee to the floor. Push the floor away as you're reaching your arms out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands are down and step your right leg back for plank. You reach back into heels, and as you breathe out, lower down, keeping your elbows tucked in. Inhale, cobra. Move chest and ribs forward, lengthen your legs back. And as you breathe out, release. Lower down, press it back, downward facing dog. Lunge, breathe in, step in, your left foot forward between the hands. Place your right knee to the floor. Push the floor away as you reach your arms up. Feel pushing the floor away with your left leg as you stretch up. And as you breathe out, hands down, step in, your right leg forward for forward bend. As you breathe in, stand, lengthening through the spine as you reach your arms to sky. And as you breathe out, hands together at chest. Inhale, arms up, telescoping ribs. Exhale, fold forward, bellies in. Lunge, breathe in, step in, your right leg back, bend your right knee, and you're sweeping your arms out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down, step your left leg back for plank. Lower down, keeping the elbows tucked in. Inhale, cobra. Move chest and ribs forward, lengthen your legs back. Exhale, release. Lower down, curl toes under, press it back, downward facing dog. Lunge, breathe in, step your right leg forward between the hands. Left knees to the floor. You're pushing the floor away as you're reaching your arms out and up. And as you breathe out, hands down, step your left foot forward for forward bend. As you breathe in, stand, lengthening through the spine as you reach your arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, hands together at you. Chair pose, bend the knees. And as you breathe in, you're sweeping your arms out and up, shoulders are down. And as you breathe out, fold forward, bellies in. As you breathe in, scoop chest forward, away from thighs and knees. Flatten your hands to the floor, and as you exhale, step or hop it back into plank. Lower down, keeping the elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Move chest and ribs forward, lengthen your legs back. And as you breathe out, release. Lower down, press it back for downward facing dog. Warrior one, breathe in, step your left foot forward by your left hand, ease your right foot towards the right edge of the mat. You're pushing the floor away. You reach your arms out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down and step your left leg back for plank. Reach back into heels. And as you breathe out, lower down to about 2 inches from the floor. And then inhale into upward facing dog. You're moving your chest and ribs forward. You're lengthening your legs back, and your sit bones presses tucks towards your heels. And as you breathe out, press it back for downward facing dog. As you breathe in, stepping your right leg forward for warrior one. Arms are reaching out and up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, hands down and step your right leg back for plank. Reach back into heels. And as you breathe out, lower down for up, coming down to about 2 inches. And as you breathe in, glide forward for upward facing dog. Lengthen your legs back, sit bones reaches to heels. Draw your chest and ribs forward, but let your shoulders be soft away from your ears. And as you breathe out, press it back for downward facing dog. Lengthen through the spine, feel as if you're pushing the floor away. From here, bend the knees, and as you breathe in, hop your legs between the hands. And as you breathe out, forward bend, you're lengthening through the spine, your belly's pulling in. Bend the knees for chair pose. Inhale, you're reaching arms up, but the shoulders are soft away from your ears. And as you breathe out, stand hands together at you. Inhale, arms up, bend the knees for chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, bellies in. As you breathe in, scoop your chest forward, away from thighs and knees. And as you breathe out, step or hop it back into plank. Lower down, and then inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. You move your chest and ribs forward. Keep drawing the chest forward. Reach your elbows back towards your hips and tuck your sit bones to heels. And as you breathe out, press it back for downward facing dog. Feeling for pushing the floor away. Reach the back of your thighs, the back of the calf to the back foot. Warrior one, inhale, step your left foot forward by your left hand. Ease your right foot towards the right edge of the mat. Pushing the floor away as you reach your arms towards the sky. And as you breathe out, your hands are down and step your left leg back for plank. Reaching back into heels. Feel as if you're pushing the floor away. Keep pushing the floor away. Exhale as you come on down. Breathe into upward facing dog. Move chest and ribs forward. Lengthen your legs back. Sit bones press back to heels. And as you breathe out, press it back. Downward facing dog. Pushing the floor away. Wrap the shoulders if you can. Warrior one, breathe in. Step your right foot forward by your right hand. Ease your left foot towards the left edge of the mat, pushing the floor away as you rise up. And as you breathe out, hands are down. Step your right leg back for plank. Reach back into heels. And as you breathe out, lower down, keeping the elbows in. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. You're moving your chest and ribs forward. Your sit bones are tucking down towards your heels, and your shoulders are soft away from your ears. Keep pushing the floor away. Feel as if you're lengthening your wrists away from hands. And as you breathe out, press it back for downward facing dog. Feel for that lengthening through the spine as you push the floor away and send your sit bones up and reach them back. On the next breath, bend the knees, and as you breathe in, hop your legs between the hands or step it through. And as you breathe out, forward bend, lengthening through the spine, your belly's in. Chair pose, bend the knees, and as you breathe in, you're reaching your arms up. Sit a little deeper, feel as if you're sitting back towards your heels. Move your belly away from pelvis. And exhale, stand. Hands together at your chest. And move to the wall for your next pose. So your next pose is handstand or downward facing dog against the wall with splits. So that's where you're going, handstand or downward facing dog with splits. Alternatively, you can do shower here, bringing your hands down so the hands align with the shoulders. You breathe in, you lift up, and as you breathe out, you're reaching your sit bones back, pushing the wall away, and then wrapping the shoulders in. So that's alternatively to handstand or shower. If you do shower and you're able to stay for between 5 and 10 breaths, that would be your pose. If you've done 5 or 10 breaths, then after you've done shower, then come into handstand prep. Your handstand prep is that you're coming right up against the wall, so that your feet are pressing to the floor and your heels are tucked up against the wall. You're on the ball, you're effectively on the ball of your feet. And then here, you start to lengthen up. You can go further, you're reaching your arms out and up. So you get this lengthening. Your sit bones is pressing down towards your heels and you keep lengthening up. You will feel this into the back of your calves, into the hamstrings. You'll feel this as you lift your belly and lengthen out of your lower back. So your options is here, wrapping the shoulders, pushing back, and sort of bend back, sort of reaching your sit bones back. You want to feel your sit bones are reaching back. Try not to be up here, but you get this opening this way. And then handstand prep. And then for anyone else who wants to have to go with the downward facing dog with splits, you start with where your heels are is where you'll finish. There are some people who use the measurements of standing up and placing one foot up against the wall. That's where they'll start. So the handstand with splits, you're effectively here. Lifting up, moving your chest towards the wall, and reaching your legs over you. If you can, you want to feel, you sometimes step your hands closer to the wall and then push away. You're moving chest towards the wall and opening out in this way. Once you've done 3 to 5 breaths on one side, do the other side. You're coming onto the ball of your foot. The foot on the wall is onto the toes, onto the ball of your foot. Eventually, you're looking to ease away from the wall. And then the third one is your handstand, aiming for handstand splits. So handstand splits, again, you're about the distance of your foot away from the wall if you're choosing to use the wall. And then try to step up into this pose. So really in this pose, you want to feel as if you're sucking everything up, moving belly in, as if everything comes up towards your chest. And then stepping up to the pose. And then moving into splits. And then do both sides. in splits. And once you've had a go on both sides, come into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, warrior 2. Inhale, step your left foot forward between the hands. Line up your right foot to the short edge of the mat. Line up your front heel with the arc of the back foot. Your arms are reaching out towards the ceiling. Staying in the pose, breathe in, press your feet to floor, and then stretching up. And as you breathe out, as you go a little deeper, feel as if you're lengthening your arms away from you. Deep breath, lift your belly, diaphragm, chest. And as you breathe out, feel as if you're reaching down to the edge of your right foot. Press your left foot to floor, lift the toes. And then breathe in, feel as if you're lifting your ribs away from your left hip. And as you go a little deeper, lengthen your arms out to the side. Reverse warrior, as you breathe in, you're stretching your right arm up, open right side of body. And as you breathe out, reverse it, the right hand is below or above the knee. Reach your left arm over your left hip. Press down into your right leg, and as you breathe, lengthening out of your right side. And as you breathe out, reaching that left arm over left hip. As you breathe, feel as if you're lifting belly. Lift your diaphragm, lift chest. And as you breathe out, you're wrapping your left shoulder as you reach left arm over left hip. Breathe into lower back, lengthening your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, open the intercostal muscles of the left side. Left arm reaches over left. Use your left arm, inhale to ease your body up. Use your right hand to support your head. Extended warrior variation, placing your left forearm onto your left thigh. And use the pressure of the arm to traction your left thigh forward. Reach your right arm up. Press down into your left leg as you breathe in, gliding your ribs away from your left hip. And as you breathe out, reaching your right arm up towards the sky. Anchor into your right leg as you breathe in, draw your chest forward, chest is moving to chin. And as you breathe out, reaching that right arm back, chest open. Relax your left ear to left shoulder. And then breathe in, gliding your left ribs forward away from left hip. And as you breathe out, bringing your right arm all the way around the back for extended warrior variation. Your right arm presses against your left thigh. Now as you breathe in, feel as if you're lifting your side ribs away from left hip. And as you breathe out, feel as if you're sending your left sit bones back towards your right heel. As you breathe, you're drawing your chest forward. Chest is moving towards your chin. And as you breathe out, both shoulders are down away from your ears. From here, release your hands down either side of your right foot. And then flatten your right hand onto the floor. And as you breathe in, you're reaching your left arm out and up towards the sky. Easy twisting one. You can have that right hand placed onto a block. And as you lengthen back into your right leg, breathe in, lengthen through the right side. And as you breathe out, as you open to the left, send in your left arm straight up towards it. As you breathe, keep moving your belly forward away from pelvis. Press your left foot to the floor. As you open to the left, left arm reaches to the sky. Reach out with the fingertips. Deep breath, lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, as you open to the left, send in that left arm to the sky. Inhale, release. Bringing your hands down either side of your front foot. Your next pose is lunge. So place your right knee down to the floor. Lounge lunge. Right knees to the floor. Bring your right arm forward about 12 inches ahead of the shoulder. Use your left arm traction your left thigh forward. You reach back into your right leg, and as you breathe in, gliding the ribs forward on your right side. And as you breathe out, drawing your chest to the inside of your left leg. As you breathe, feel the moving belly forward away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, drawing chest, you can use your left arm to squeeze your left thigh towards the chest. Reach back into your right leg, and then breathe into lower back, lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you press your left foot to the floor, open up towards the left. If you can, on the next breath, press your left foot to the floor, and as you breathe in, stretch your left arm up. And as you breathe out, reaching your left arm back towards your right heel. Deep breath, keep stretching, lengthening out of your right side. And as you breathe out, sending that left arm back. Inhale, release. Bring your hands down either side of your front foot for pigeon. Easing your left foot towards the right edge of your mat. And then send your right leg straight back. Use your left arm to traction your left thigh forward, creating space into hips and hip flexors. And walk your hands back so the hands are practically under the shoulders. You're bearing down into pelvis, breathe in and lifting belly up away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, pull your belly in as you fold forward. Breathe into lower back, lengthening lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, as you fold forward, send your right leg straight back. Deep breath, feel the moving your belly forward away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, as you go a little deeper, glide your left thigh forward as you reach your right leg straight back. One more breath here, deep inhale. And exhale, release. Walk your hands back so the hands are under the shoulders. Put the toes under of your right foot and step back into downward facing dog. Feel the pushing floor away in your downward facing dog. From here, as you breathe in, step your right foot forward between the hands for warrior two. Your left foot is square to the short edge of the mat. Your front heel is aligned with the arc of the back foot, and your arms are reaching out towards the side. Your feet are about 3.5 feet away from you. Bend the front knee. Your front knee and your ankle are aligned, so your arms are reaching out towards the side. Aiming to line up the back of the skull with your sacrum. Press down into both legs, and as you breathe in, lengthening the ribs up away from waist. And as you breathe out, as you go a little deeper, feel as if you're moving thighs away from each other. Deep breath, inhale, chest is lifting as if you're moving chest to chin. And as you breathe out, go deeper into the pose, lengthening your arms away and thighs away from each other. One more breath, deep breath. And exhale, feel for anchoring your feet to the floor. Feel that energy that you draw from the earth. Reverse warrior, as you breathe in, you're stretching your left arm up, open left side. And as you breathe out, reverse it, the left hand is now below or above the knee, and your right arm is reaching over right ear. Pressing into your left leg, breathe in, feel this energy from the earth. Move that energy up into the side ribs. You're lengthening out of your right side. And as you breathe out, reach your right arm over right ear. As you breathe in, lift your belly up away from pelvis. Diaphragm is lifting, chest is lifting. Press your right foot to the floor as you reach in your right arm over right ear. Breathe into lower back and lengthen lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, slightly tuck tailbone, feels as if you're curling pubic bone to navel, very slight. Now breathe in and lengthen out of your left side. Press your right foot to the floor as you reach your right arm over right ear. Using your right arm, breathe in to ease your body up. Use your left arm to support your head. Place your right forearm onto your right thigh. Feel as if you're gliding your thigh forward. Press your right foot to the floor, breathe in, stretch your left arm up. And as you breathe out, feel as if you're sending your right sit bone back towards your left heel. As you breathe in, lift your belly away from pelvis. As you breathe out, feel as if you're rolling chest open as you're reaching your left arm up. Reach it back. Deep breath, you're lengthening your side ribs, your right side ribs away from right hip. And as you breathe out, bringing that left arm all the way around the back and tucking it onto your right arm. Feel as you press down into your right leg, breathing and lifting your side ribs away from hip. And as you breathe out, glide your left shoulder away from your left hip. Deep breath, press your left foot to the floor and move your belly forward away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, gliding your right shoulder down. Both feet presses down and breathe. You're lifting, stretching, lengthening your ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders relax away from your hips. Inhale, release. Bring your hands down either side of your right foot. Easy twisting warrior, placing your right hand onto the floor or onto a block. And then breathe in, you're reaching your right arm up towards the sky. You reach back into your left leg. And as you breathe in, lengthen through the left side of your body. And as you press your right foot to the floor, reaching your right arm up towards the sky. Deep breath, feel as if you're moving your belly forward, away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, send your right sit bone back towards your left heel. Last breath, deep breath, keep lengthening, ribs forward away from waist. As you reach your left arm down, reaching your right arm straight up towards the sky. Inhale, release. Hands down either side of your front foot. Place your left knee down to the floor. Setting up the lunge. You're bringing your left arm forward about 12 inches ahead of the shoulder. Your right hand is tractioning your right thigh forward. Stretch, press back into your left leg. And as you breathe in, lengthen through the left side of your body. As you press your right foot to the floor, feel for moving chest towards the inside of right leg. Press your right foot to the floor and then breathe in, moving belly forward away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, arcing chest to the inside of your right leg. Breathe into lower back, lengthening lower ribs forward away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, feel for opening out towards the right. On the next breath, if you can, reach your right arm up. And as you breathe out, lengthening your right arm back towards your left heel. Bend your left leg back and then breathe in, lengthen. You're lengthening your left side ribs away from left hip. Press your right foot to the floor as you reach in that right arm back. Inhale, release. Bring your hands down either side of your front foot. Pigeon is your next pose. Gliding your right foot towards the left edge of the mat. Straighten your left leg, reach it straight back and walk your hands back so the hands are pretty much under the shoulders. You breathe down into pelvis, and as you breathe in, lifting belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, as you fold forward over your right shin, feet are active. Breathe into lower back and lengthening lower ribs forward away from sacrum. As you breathe out, pull your belly in as you fold forward. On the next breath, you're moving belly forward away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, reach your sit bones back towards your left heel. Send your left leg back. Your right thigh is easing forward. Breathe into your heart and energize your heart with this breath. And as you breathe out, feeling for that release as you let go. Walk your hands back under the shoulders. Curl the toes under of your right foot, left foot, and step your right leg back for downward facing. Feel for pushing floor away in your downward. From here, walk your feet in towards your hands. And then clasp your hands behind your head and neck. Your forearms are tucking onto your jawbone. Press your feet to floor, and as you breathe in, lengthening your ribs away from waist. And as you breathe out, pull your belly in, reaching your elbow tips to the floor. As you breathe in, moving belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, taking it a little deep. One more breath, deep breath. And exhale as you take it a little deeper, bellies in. Inhale, release. Hands to the floor. And then coming down into a seated position. So your next pose is a spinal twist. I'll demonstrate this pose so then you can have a go with it. You'll be lying down on your back. You're bending your left knee and reaching your right leg away from you. Your left knee comes up away from the floor. You take hold of the outside of your left calf with your right hand. Your left arm moves out towards the side. You're breathing into lower back, spreading the ribs to floor. And as you breathe out, you're drawing your right knee across your body towards your right armpit. So left knee towards right armpit. That is in the opposite direction. That left knee may not come to the floor, that's okay. So that's where you're going with this pose. Okay, so lie down on your back, straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee, sole of the foot is onto the floor. Bring your right arm across your body on the outside of your left thigh or calf. Breathe in, lift your left leg up. Draw the knee towards your chest. And as you breathe out, you're drawing your left knee across your body. The knee's coming down towards your right armpit. Straighten your right leg, reach your right leg away. As you breathe in, feel as if you're moving your belly away from the top of your right thigh. And as you breathe out, relax your left shoulder away from left ear. As you breathe in, move your belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, feel as if you're sending your left sit bone away from you down towards your right heel. Breathe into lower back and lengthen lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, let your body relax a little bit more. As you breathe into your mid-back and lengthen your mid-ribs away from your lower ribs. And as you breathe out, let your left shoulder be soft away from your left ear. As you breathe in, feel as if you're lengthening your right side ribs away from your right hip. And as you breathe out, lengthen your right leg, straighten right leg as you reach away from you. Reach straight down into the toes. Keep feeling as if you're lengthening away. On the next breath, as you breathe, feel as if you're moving belly away from pelvis. You're moving your chest towards your chin. And as you breathe out, let your left shoulder relax down. Release your right arm back to floor. Press your both arms to floor. And as you breathe in, draw your left knee back to center. Place your left foot to the floor. And then slide your left leg away from you. From here, bend your right knee so the sole of the foot is down to the floor. On the next breath, bring your left arm across to the right thigh or calf. Lift your right foot off the floor. Breathe into lower back, spreading your lower ribs to the floor. And as you breathe out, drawing your right knee across your body so the knee is coming down towards your left armpits, towards your left hip. Does not matter whether the knee comes down. As you breathe in, feel as if you're lengthening your belly away from the top of your left leg. And as you breathe out, lengthen your left leg away from you. Lengthen it down the side of your mat. Breathe into lower back, lengthening your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, glide your right shoulder away from your ear. Feeling this from your pubic bone, you're breathing in and moving belly away from pelvis. And as you breathe out, let your jaw relax. On the next breath, as you breathe, lengthen your lower ribs away from sacrum. And as you breathe out, allowing your right knee to come closer towards the floor without forcing this. Both feet still active. On the next breath, as you breathe, you're lengthening your midribs away from your lower ribs. And as you breathe out, softening your right shoulder away from your ear. On the next breath, move your belly away from pelvis. Lift your diaphragm and feel your chest as it moves towards your chin. And as you breathe out, both shoulders down. Release your right hand back to the floor. Breathe in. Draw your right knee back to center. And as you breathe out, place your right foot to the floor. Press your lower back to the floor. Breathe in, bend the knees so both soles of your feet onto the floor. And then from here, lift your feet up away from the floor and reaching both legs up towards the ceiling one at a time. From here, bend the knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Reach your hands up and take hold of your feet. If you're not achieving that, you can use a strap around the feet, and then you're drawing your feet down towards your chest. So from here, take a deep breath into lower back, spreading the ribs to the floor. And as you exhale, exhale completely, pulling the belly back into Uddiyana. Holding for 3 breaths. Your belly pulls all the way in, your knees are coming to armpits, your feet are coming to chest, and your lower back is pressing to the floor. And then relax. 2 more. Deep breath. Exhale completely. Pull your belly in, holding the breath. Keep moving belly away from pelvis. Keep pressing your lower back to floor, knees to armpits. And last one here, deep breath. Exhale. Feet to chest, knees to armpits. You're pressing your lower back to floor. And then release. Place the soles of your feet to the floor. And you can stay here or bring the soles of your feet together or lengthen your legs forward. And let your arms relax down by your side, lying down in Shavasana, your final release. Let your skull bones soften, relaxing into your mat. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders glide away from your ears. And give yourself a moment or two just to let go into Shavasana, completely relaxing in Shavasana. So allowing yourself to let go completely, still in the mind, and just be aware, just have the increased sensitivity of feeling without the analysis of what you feel, just noticing what you feel. Find yourself as if you're sinking deep into your mat, finding yourself into a space that feels safe to you. Giving yourself a little time to nurture yourself and to rejuvenate yourself. Begin to feel the edges of toes, edges of fingertips. And with your breath, be open, drawing energy back into your body. Allow it to move through your body so you'll feel yourself connecting with every cell in your body. On your next breath, begin to stretch in a way that feels good to you. And bend the knees, roll to the side. Put the floor away as you're coming up into a seated position. You sit tall with your hands together, the thumbs are lightly touching your sternum. Give yourself a moment to notice how your body feels, and a moment to congratulate yourself for your practice today. Thanking you for allowing me to guide you for your practice. And as we finish, all that is honorable and all that is good in me salutes all that is honorable and all that is good in you. Deep breath. And exhale. Namaste.